Hello everyone, my name is Kiki Zia, and this is the first time I've done a recording for Speedpaint, so bear with me. Today I'm going to be drawing Ariel from The Little Mermaid, if you didn't know who Ariel was, and it's for a character for every letter of the alphabet that Drawing with Waffles had done, and I thought that might help me improve a little bit because I had fallen out of drawing for a while, being a mom and all. So here we are drawing. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the drawing as it plays. Surprisingly, the eyes in this picture didn't give me any problems. They usually do when I'm editing on a computer. As you can see, my finalized drawing in the background was everything I did by hand. I drew it by hand, I colored it by hand. It looked eh. That hand right there is the one that gives me so much issue. When I was drawing it by hand, not on the computer, the hand was alright, and then I messed up while inking, and it ended up looking really short. Like, she might have a defect short, but I ended up getting it alright eventually. I leave it and come back to it in a little bit. The outfit was, I wanted something cutesy and a little more new, but still having Ariel's feel to it. When I colored it, I wanted the green to be on the bottom and the pink or the purple to be on top, but I got bumped. My kid bumped me as he did with the hand, and so green ended up on the top. I wanted green on the bottom to match her tail. I wanted the pink or the purple on the top to match her shells. She also has a bow in her hair from my favorite dress in the movie, which happens to be the one where they're going on, I guess it's not a date, but see the kingdom, try to get kissed kind of adventure. Um, the legs in this were a little bit more difficult as I had originally put socks on, and the socks just gave it a vibe I didn't particularly like. I really liked how the shoes looked, and shoes are a big challenging point to overcome, but they're alright. I was really surprised at how easy it was to draw the eyes. Like I said, eyes are my mortal enemy. Hands and feet, nah, they're alright. But eyes just get me when I'm trying to edit. When you're drawing by hand, and since the lines are already so thick and unsmooth, you don't notice when your eyes are as messed up as they are. But when it's on digital and your lines are really crisp and you can see any kind of little bump that you mess up, eyes just get me. They get me. Now I'm coloring. I like coloring by marker a lot more than on the computer. I have trouble on the computer. I don't know what it is. Which is dumb because on the computer you can fix anything you mess up, and by hand you can't. If you screw it up, you just gotta hope you can blend it away. The markers I use aren't Copic markers, they're knockoff that I got from Hastings where I work, and they're nice. The only trouble is they're alcohol based, so they make me a little loopy when I draw for too long with them, and they don't blend as well as Copics because if they get wet, it's just like wet alcohol. It dries really easy as well. I give her a couple little bracelets that are pink just to haul her out to my favorite dress, or my second favorite dress in the whole movie, which is the dinner dress, which is really bright pink and regal, and I love it. I love pink though, so what are you gonna do? So when I started coloring this, I had done hard shading. I wouldn't call it cell shading, but I like really hard shading. I don't like blending too much because I overblend. That's my problem. I love blended coloring, but I have no self-control and I will blend it away to where there's nothing. And then it kind of looks like a gradient, which isn't a bad thing. I love, like I said, this is inspired by Drawing with Waffles, and she has this amazing way to gradient shade. But I'm on Sci, she's on Paint Tool, or I'm on Paint Tool Sci, she's on Photoshop. But then I start playing around as I'm coloring, and you'll see in a little bit I'll talk about it. I have a lot of issues with her hair. So I have to start over and go slow so I can actually find something that looks nice. And I think I finally do something that actually grabs the essence of the hair more. I need to be more careful with my strands. It's really easy to go crazy and not pay attention to where the strands of your hair are going. And then it just looks like a giant mess. I love adding, and you'll see at the end, I love adding extra little strands of hair poking out. For how thick and heavy my line art is and how crisp and it doesn't look really bumpy and alive, which I wish I could fix, but I really love just smooth line art. I love adding little strands of hair poking out, which kind of throw off the picture in a sense, just because my line art's so thick. Ah, here's what I was talking about. I made a really big airbrush, and it was just by accident, and it almost was like a gradient, and I was really excited, so I played around with it a little more. I would do the hard lines, and then I would just like big ol' airbrush smack. And so it went a little bit lighter from one side to the other. Only thing I wasn't paying attention to, when I got so excited about it, I forgot to think about where my light source was coming from. So you can see by her arms up, it's dark and then light on one side, and then on her skirt shorts, they were dark and then light on the opposite side. So it's crisscrossed and not exactly how sunlight works, unless she was maybe turning, but you can tell that she's standing super still. Now we're back to the eyes and coloring them, and I was really surprised that I didn't have almost any trouble with these eyes. They didn't look awkward, they didn't look lopsided. It might have. I didn't flip the canvas a lot. I usually flip it back and forth to make sure that it looks right from both sides, which I didn't do, which was bad, but I end up flipping it when I think I'm doing the hair, when I'm drawing extra strands, and it doesn't look too bad. I flip it sometime eventually, I know that. I also add some white highlights in her hair, and they're just kind of random. I like random little shines in the hair, and I like shines on all the pinks and any edge, shoulders, elbows, knees. I like pink. The shoes, I love the shape of the shoes that I did, but I just decided to color them all black and get over them really quick, and so they are, I think they're the worst part of the picture is the shoes. The shoes, and I have regrets about the bracelets. When I do the whites of the eyes, I often just erase the skin tone that gets in them, and I'll forget to put white in the eyes when I do the background, and then I put the background on, and then her eyes look like demon eyes. They're crazy. So I add some white, and then I add some highlights here in a little bit with the big white brush, and that screws me up because then when I do the background, there's kind of like a white blur hanging next to her, and I was like, it kind of just looks like she's glowing. I'll leave it. Right now I'm changing the line art's color. I like hard line art, but I like it to be kind of matching. So her hair is going to have more white line art or red line art. Her bow has blue line art, as you can see. I was stuck on the eyes for a minute because I did her eyelashes and then I did the line art. I should have done the eyelashes either on a separate layer or after, because then her eyelashes are now kind of red, but I didn't have any other way to work around that, so it just stayed. Because then the edge of her head was becoming black and it just stood out really bad. Yeah, here I am adding the extra strands. I'm like, what am I doing right now? Just standing around. I can see when I added the light to lighten up the side, it made the one side of her hair look almost like hard candy. It was strange. Anyway, we're coming to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I was playing with backgrounds. It didn't turn out white, so I just left it one color and turned it pink. I'll try to make more speed paints. I don't know if anyone cares, but I'll attempt to make some more. Thanks for watching. Bye.